Hello there, hello there, hello there, YouTubes and the Twitches. Hello there, my beautiful little babies. How are we all? I am very well, I thank you for asking. It's 7 p.m. in the UK. It's 2 p.m. on the east coast of Americana land, which of course means it's 6 a.m. in the great nation of Fiji. Great nation, although as we learnt last week, quite authoritarian. Maybe you want to look at that, Fiji. That's right, I'm starting off the show by chastising a small Pacific Island nation. And what of it? How are we all? I hope we had a good weekend. What did everyone get up to at the weekend? Did we all have fun? Did anyone take lots and lots of drugs? That would be bad. That's against the law. Don't do that. Tell you what's also against the law. The thing the British government are doing right now. Literally. They're literally trying to pass a law which breaks laws. Which would seem impossible, but they've managed it. Or attempting to manage it. You know. Anyway, yes. Have I got a fun-filled, packed show for you today? No, but I do have some funny stuff. So we'll do that, I reckon. That's what I reckon we'll do. Why isn't cannabis legal in the UK? Asks Andrew. Oh Jesus, Anastasovsky. Apologies, to everyone in Eastern Europe, just in general, but specifically for that pronunciation. Why isn't it legal? Well, Britain's a bit shit. I don't know if you've picked up that vibe from a lot of my content over recent times. Whenever I've talked about Britain, it's rarely been in a positive light. So there's that. That's a kind of underlying constant, like gravity. Really, Britain being shit is a bit like gravity, in that it's constant and consistently brings me back down to earth, even when I don't want to. So yeah, so Britain's a bit shit in that regard. But we've kind of, as with so many issues in Britain, we've essentially fudged the situation where, like, if you're just carrying enough that's obviously just like a couple of spliffs or something, no one cares. That's obviously for personal use, and the police aren't really going to do a lot. Unless they decide to take it into the, like, you look at them the wrong way or something, and then they decide to be pricks about it. But yeah, you just get on with it, you know? It is a thing. Anyway, yeah, so it's practically, in terms of like private usage, it basically is legal, you know? It's just you can't sell it or whatever. So, but yeah, I mean, Britain's just a bit shit is the answer. That's the short answer, if you will. What are my thoughts on well, you've put anarcho-primitivism. I presume you mean anarcho-primitivism. I think it's really dumb and a bit ableist, because if you're able-bodied, you could probably survive, or you'd at least have a chance of surviving in that much more primitive sort of situation. But as was the case when we did literally live in that primitive way, disabled people would fall by the wayside, because, you know, if you can't do those overtly physical things, you might end up starving to death. So there's that. Yeah, so I'm not a fan of it. I mean, I get why they're trying, the anarcho-primitivists are trying to solve the problem they're trying to solve. We do live on a finite planet and stuff, you know. What about monarcho-communism? That isn't a thing, but thank you. Does the bit of wood with grapes go in kitchen waste or garden waste? Yes. Anyway, this is why I don't look at the chat, because you're all a little bit mental. But I love you, really. Amprim shit is 6 steps from eugenics. Yeah, like I say, there's some. When you look into it, it's pretty rough. Anyway, yes. So right, let's. Boom! There we are. Hello there, everyone. Yeah, I was going to open up on a shot of Rory Cats, but he decided to fuck off 2 minutes before we started, so what can you do? But anyway, you get to look at this for the rest of the show, because now my internet's proper. I'm going to show my ugly face on the screen. Get used to that. Fun times abound. Anyway, yes. So we've got to look for at least small victories in this world, and just such an occurrence happened a couple of days ago. Charlottesville, Virginia, made famous in recent times by the infamous Nazi. That's what a great start. Nazi Tiki Torch rally. That's a lot more difficult when you're speaking live. If I was just off camera, wouldn't have fucked that up. But I came up with Nazi. That isn't a thing, Kev. Nazi Tiki Torch rally. When they were defending a statue, I believe, of Robert E. Lee. Now, technically, the statue you can see on the screen there isn't the one that we were being protested about or whatever at the time. That was about, 3-4 years ago that took place. And obviously became much more infamous because a right-wing terrorist drove their car into a group of anti-racist protesters and murdered Heather Heyer, a crime for which that person is now in jail, thankfully. But even so, rest in peace, Heather, you lich. Anyway, that took place, and clearly that was an occasion upon which the far right had overplayed their hand, and I think they've rather conclusively lost that battle, so to speak. Albeit it seems rather incongruous or unfair of me to call it a battle when I've just talked about a person dying, but that's sort of what happens in battles, unfortunately. I mean, it's a thing. Anyway, Charlottesville, Virginia. Yes, they've just taken down the Confederate monument outside the courthouse, which, as you can see there, had stood for 111 years, which makes it a little rarer than some of them, because a lot of them were put up, say, in the 1920s or even the 1950s and 60s in time coordination, chronological coordination with the rise of the Jim Crow laws and the rise of the civil rights movement. So basically a way of terrorising black people. But this one was at least put up 111 years ago, which is just after the Reconstruction era, all of that. Well, actually, technically a bit more than that, because it's the start of the 20th century, but even so. Yes, they've taken down the statue, and that's a victory, I think, in itself. It's symbolic in many respects, but symbolism is hugely important. I think the left sometimes forgets how important that symbolism can be. This statue coming down isn't just in itself a victory for progressive forces in general against the forces of reaction that want to harken back to a supposedly golden time, but it's a rather more modern piece of symbolism as well, because it shows that the far right have tried their best to hold back these forces of progress and are failing. And that's important for us to remember. That's important, an important positive for us to take on board and to learn from. So, good news. We start off with a piece of positive news. Anyway, I'll leave that playing. Fuck it, I'll leave it playing. It's a good thing anyway. Oh yeah, and I should do the ba-ba-dum, bum, bum. Another prick bites the dust. Because another prick has bitten the dust, which is nice. Anyway. Yes, I get sucked down several weird rabbit holes on the internet, which is a strange sentence, but there we go. And a guy I've talked about previously on this channel and on the show with Christy and stuff is a guy called Caleb Maupin. Now, Caleb Maupin is a strange guy. He claims to be a communist. He's basically a Nazbol, right? A Nazi Bolshevik, basically a Nazi who likes communist aesthetics. He defends things like Stalin and Mao and even like modern China, even though it's like a hyper-capitalist dystopia thing, which you would think someone claiming to be a communist would oppose, but because they call themselves communist, they're just like Caleb. They call themselves communist, but they're not. Anyway, even to the point where he defends their social credit score system, which is where if you do things that the Chinese government don't like, you can't do stuff. They take away what limited rights you have. Yeah, such as your ability to like travel places and things. It's very, very Orwellian, I suppose you could call it, because that's precisely what it is. Anyway, he does regular live streams on his YouTube channel, as you are perfectly entitled to do, as I am showing right this very second. And he talks utter shit, and the way he talks is so funny. He talks like a kind of, how do you even say, look, a staccato 1950s ventriloquist dummy. It's very strange. It's a very stilted form of communication he does, where he'll say a thing like this and pause in between everything that he says because he thinks that adds gravitas, when actually it's just really fucking annoying. Like that, but in an American accent. I don't know what accent I was doing there, but that's the basic thing. He sounds really fucking weird. And he looks slightly weird. He's got a weird little ginger goatee. He looks like a strange little man. Like, I can't help it. Part of me wants to smother him in my ample and growing bosom. Okay? He's amazing. He's amazing in so many ways. He is a meme. He's become a meme now because of the Burger King, whatevs thing. And I've watched so much of his content recently that I don't even know if I can really judge properly what he is anymore. I've gone so far down the rabbit hole with Caleb that I don't know what he is. He's just really fucking strange. So, a weird thing happened to me, right? You've got to bear in mind, I'm currently on furlough because of the whole COVID thing, and lots of people have been dying. The British government haven't really been handling that at all. It's not even that they've been handling it badly; they just haven't been handling it. Major British cities don't have any testing kits whatsoever. Lots of people are dying. It's very bad. So, in many respects, I should be thankful that I'm at least not dead. Yet. That's a grim joke. Anyway, so, I've been off, got a lot of spare time, which is part of the reason I'm doing these regular streams Monday to Friday, 7 PM on the Kevin Logan YouTube channel, and twitch.tv/KFLogan1875. I've got that down on point. Anyway, so, I have I have a lot of time on my hands. And, they say the devil makes work for idle hands. Well, I don't know if the devil has made work for me, but my own inner demons have, I think. The prankster, the silly idiot that lives inside my head has made work for these idle hands. So including industrial amounts of masturbation, of course. I mean, that would be true if I was at work or not, so, I've also been watching his live streams. He's been doing a lot of live streaming recently. I don't know if he's also on furlough. I don't even know what he does, other than working for Russia Today, which does crop up in what I'm about to show you. Because, boom shakalaka, there we go. This, I happen to be on the internet, as I am wont to do on occasion, and I happened upon a live stream as it was taking place. Often I watch these things afterward because I don't actually subscribe to Caleb because he's scum, and so I don't want to give him a subscription. But I just so happened to be around, and because I'd watched a lot of his stuff, YouTube recommended the fact that he was live. So I was like, okay, I'll go into his chat. We'll see what's up. He was talking shit as always, naturally. As you can see there from the super chat, someone says, talk about Tito Stalin split and market socialism. Yeah, talking about Joseph Tito and Joseph Stalin, real up-to-date stuff, real cutting-edge political material. So I thought I'd engage in my normal high-level ideas with Caleb in the chat. And I didn't realise it would turn into a thing. It turned into a thing, though. So, as you can see there, I just started off simply. Penis. Straightforward. Classic Logan material. Nothing but, Burger King. He is a meme. And then finished it off with cock, which, by the way, is a great way to end a meal as well. If you want to finish it off with a little side of cock. Anyway, so that was the one night. I put those 3 little screenshots out there, minus the red thing, which I've done just for this broadcast because I'm very professional with my broadcasting, you understand. And I thought nothing of it. That wasn't going to become a thing, right? I just thought, whatever. I've done a light bit of trolling of one of Caleb's things. I then, the next night, was again, as I'm wont to do, on the interwebs, and happened upon Caleb doing yet another stream. This time called How to Have a Communist Meeting and Live Chat with Caleb. Now, I don't know how simple he thinks his audience are that they can't organise a meeting, but basically what you need to have a communist meeting is A, some communists, B, a room, and C, basic time coordination. And then you can have a communist meeting. It's very, very simple. Anyway, that was apparently that was the high level ideas he was engaging in. So I thought I'd meet him at his level with some high level ideas of my own. Anus. Just, I mean, again, classic material. This is Kev at his absolute best. Okay, this is Kev. This is the K-Log. This is the Kevolution in action. Okay, this is some cutting edge satire. I think we can all agree on that. High level argumentation. This is the free marketplace of ideas. In the free marketplace of ideas, I'm bringing anus to the table. And they went, what are your thoughts on masturbating? He didn't answer. I can't help but feel that's rather telling of something. I don't know what. Just something. Just something. Penis? Question mark. Again, that's a question. He did not answer. Shameful. These are the questions the proletariat have for you, Caleb. What kind of revolutionary are you if you're not prepared to answer the difficult questions? Penis? Anyway. Then I got noticed. Because, you know, I am a celebrity. I think we can all agree that I am one of the foremost, intellects and wits of the internet. But also one of the great celebrities of the internet. So wherever I go, I'm going to get noticed, right? The K man turns heads, okay, and stomachs, but that's a different matter. So I was in the chat doing my silliness, and Jenny Lynn, don't know who she is, but she tagged me into a comment in the live chat saying, "Are you that Brit that does a podcast with the feminist lady?" Now, obviously I am, but I just put perhaps as a response, because I don't want to flex. I don't want to be in Caleb's chat flexing. Like, that would be rude, that would be gauche on my part. That would be too much, you know what I mean? I don't want to embarrass Caleb being like, look, the big dog's in town. So I just put maybe. I'm hiding my power levels, yeah? Hiding my power levels. Don't want to embarrass the man in his own chat. That would be uncouth. I then asked him, who did 9/11? Again, important question. You might think to yourself, well, that's not really worthwhile asking, is it, Kev? Actually, it is, because in a chat recently, I saw him having that discussion, where he was like doing his usual thing of, well, I think probably the official story is true, but there are people who have questions, and that's okay. So basically doing his weird wink and a nod at conspiracy bullshit. So I just asked who did 9/11. He didn't answer. Again, your silence on these topics speaking volumes, Caleb. Then Jenny comes back, getting quite chatty now. Jenny, our friend Jenny, a bit too chatty if you ask me, but don't matter. She says, "Hey Kevin, I was wondering if you could send me your sources for Uyghur concentration camps and genocide." Because, for those who don't know, when I've previously talked about Caleb, I've commented on the fact that he's done genocide denial in defence of the authoritarian shitbaggery and evil of the current Chinese government, where they've been killing Uyghur Muslims in the Xinjiang province in northwestern China. So she asked me for a source, which is fair, but I thought I had to check in advance, because this is Caleb's chat, right? So you can never be entirely sure. I thought I had to check in advance. So I said, Jenny, would you accept that source if it was written, if a Jewish person wrote it? Now, that might seem like a strange thing to say, but this is Caleb's chat. Caleb's very, very anti-Semitic, and a lot of people in his chat likewise. You know, you kind of end up with the audience you deserve. You know what I'm saying? If you stand people like fucking Louis Farrakhan and the like, you're probably going to end up with quite a number of anti-Semites. So I thought I'd ask. But it turns out, Jenny, you know, we're getting friendly now, you know. But she appears to be one of the relatively normal ones, because she says, Kevin, huh? Is something wrong with you? To which I just reply, Jenny, yes. I'm just being honest, you know? There's no point lying. Everyone can see it. I'm a bit mental. And furlough's not helping. I'll be honest, it's not helping. But I just thought I'd be honest with her there. Don't want to lead her down a path of thinking that I am in fact mentally stable, when that isn't the case. Anyway, another person who becomes relatively familiar with us at this point said, we need critical thinking. I agree with that name. We do need critical thinking. Tags me into a comment, says, Kevin, type the title of one of your YouTube content if you have some, please. To which I responded with what I think is still my greatest piece of work, my magnum opus, if you will. Does Millennial Woes Want to Bum Dogs? Which is the title of an actual video on my channel. The answer to which, of course, is yes. He loves it. But does Millennial Woes, the Scottish neo-Nazi who I believe lives in Denmark or some shit now? Anyway, does Millennial Woes Want to Bum Dogs? A lot of people in the chat seemed surprised. They seemed like they thought I was trolling there. I wonder why they thought I was trolling. That's very strange. I don't know why they'd get that impression. But that is actually the title of one of my videos. God, I'm a strange man. Anyway. It continues. Out of nowhere, I hadn't mentioned Zionism or anything remotely akin to that in the chat, but we need critical thinking. Again, getting rather chatty. Old WNCT, as I'm now going to call him. I don't even know if it's a him. It could be an anything. I don't know. Says Kevin Logan, did you know Zionists are not a race or ethnicity? There are factions within it? Now, I didn't bother answering that question because that's fucking mental. That's not mental. That's a totally normal thing to ask a random stranger on the internet who hasn't raised the topic at all. That doesn't show at all that Caleb's fans have a weird hang-up about like Jewish people and shit. It's fine. It's fine. Perfectly normal. Didn't answer though. Which again, does that speak volumes about me? Maybe it does. That I'm not as mental. Anyway. Well, I'll answer the question now. I was aware of that. Yeah, I was aware of both those things. Anyway, Jenny says, I can't help but feel she's rather turned sour on me at this point. She says, Kevin is off the meds. Have a lie down, buddy. Lack of punctuation, poor form. Anyway, I didn't answer that. I didn't want to rise to that. I'm not going to rise to their level. So I just put, Caleb, do you still want to get rid of the slime? Again, he didn't answer, which makes me think he may have turned into one of these pro-slime bourgeois pig dogs, if you will. I then put, I think, one of the great philosophical questions of all time. Why is Caleb? And I'm still left wondering, why is he? Why is he? I then put Idaho is an inside job. I don't know what made me think of that particularly, but they were talking about states and different states in America or some shit, so I was like, Idaho was an inside job, which is true. It was. We then get a rather strange series of messages. This is based on the idea, the fact that Caleb works for Russia Today. He is in fact a mouthpiece of Vladimir Putin. He has taken the blood ruble of Vladimir Pooty Poots, if you will. I'll just put, how does Vladimir Putin's taste taint? Because, he works for RT, so I thought I'd ask, I'm a curious fellow. As we need critical thinking, as the name would suggest, we do need critical thinking. And I was thinking critically, I wonder what Vladimir Putin's arsehole tastes like. I thought I'd ask the man who would know. He didn't answer, though, which, again, speaks volumes. WNCT writes back to me. What country were you born in, and what country are you a citizen/citizens of now? I don't know why citizens there. That's strange. To which I did reply later on, I'm British. I want to be honest with these people, Big G Haywood, I think responding to my question about Vladimir Putin's perineum, that's the technical term for the gooch, asks, you want to know? ? Well, I did ask, to be fair. I mean, it's kind of implicit in the question, isn't it? And then Harold Sullivan writes, Kevin Logan, why are you even here? And you know what, Harold? I ask that question every single day. I then put, have we mentioned international bankers yet? Which, for those who are not in the know, not high up on their Caleb lore, that's the phrase he uses when he means Jews. He just says, the international banking conglomerates and the like. So I just said, have we mentioned international bankers yet? Knowing full well that, yeah, of course they had. Of course he had. Naturally. I then asked one of the burning questions in leftism today. Where do you stand on the necrophilia debate? Again, he did not respond. Which I can't. Again, these are the questions the proletariat of the world have for you, Caleb. We want information. We want you to impart your glorious knowledge upon us. We need the clarity of Caleb Maupin thought, and you're not giving it to us. We are thirsty for your knowledge, Caleb. I mean, from my perspective, Marxism is all about necrophilia, clearly. Otherwise, why would they have embalmed and kept the bodies of Lenin, Stalin and Mao if it weren't for the fact that Marxism is mostly, if not entirely, about fucking corpses? Come on now. Then John Doe, who is some random person, asks, you need to battle states to one of the mods there, because he doesn't have many moderators, Caleb, which is odd for a Stalinist, but there we go. You need to ban Kevin Logan. He's making some disgusting comments, which isn't true at all. I was just asking him some rude questions. I don't see what's the problem there. And it's unlike Stalinists to want people silenced. It's very strange. Then again, we need critical thinking. Our friend, I'd like to think a friend, potential lover, who knows? A friend of the channel, certainly. And almost certainly a lover of the channel, although very different context, asks the perfectly normal and not mental at all question, which is literally apropos of fuck all at this point. Kevin Logan, are you for spending trillions to kill innocent millions by bombs and sanctions? And I just put, what else am I going to do with my trillions of dollars? Like, naturally. What a standard operating procedure. Jesus, these people. I then asked straightforwardly to Caleb again an important question. How big a cock do you reckon you could handle? Which, to be fair, is a little bit rude. I'll be fair to John Doe there. That one is a little bit rude. But the fact that Caleb didn't answer, I think is rather telling. Okay? You heard it here first, people. Caleb Maupin has an anus like a thimble. I'm putting it out there. Again, another important question. One of the great philosophical quandaries of all time. Fuck, marry, kill. Soros, Putin and Xi. Now, I think we know which one Caleb's going to kill. I think we know. I don't really need to mention that. It's the Jew. He's going to kill the Jew. Obviously, that's Caleb. But I genuinely would love to see the mental machinations. To literally hear the stripped gears, the horrifically unlubricated gears of his mind crunching desperately trying to work out which of Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping, his two daddies, which one he would want to marry and which one he'd want to fuck. Maybe he'd go for some sort of three-way marriage fuck sitch. I don't know. I can't think in Caleb's mind. I am not capable of thinking on the Caleb Maupin level. Okay? I don't think many people are. I think most people aren't as mental as Caleb. So I don't know, but that's I'd like to see. I'd like to know the answer to that question. He didn't answer though, which is rude, Caleb. Rude. And then we need critical thinking. Ask again. He wants to know. I don't know why he's asking me questions when he's got Caleb Maupin there, who knows all things. He knows all of the things about all of the things. But I like that WNCT is asking me these things. I like that. I think that's good. And they ask, what are some of the top evils to you? What are some of the top evils to you? Again, apropos of nothing. An original thinker. I think we can all agree, WNCT. Original thinker. So he asked me, what are some of your top evils? Or what are some of the top evils to you? To which I just put, my top evil is people who want to put bits in cheese. And I fucking stick by that. You people are degenerate filth. Okay? So, if anyone was wondering how furlough is going for me, whether it's going well for me, whether I'm using my time productively, no. I'll be honest. I'm crumbling. I think we can all see that. But thankfully, my parents can't use computers, and thus will never see this. So I can hide it. Wow, that went a bit bleaker than I was hoping. But there we go. Anyway. So yeah, that turned into a weird thing, didn't it? That definitely turned into a slightly weird thing. But, you know, it is what it is. I wasn't when I clicked on either of those videos from Caleb, I was not expecting for me to end up having to put together a slideshow on OBS, but it happened. It's a place we went, people. It's a place we went. It's a beautiful thing. Anyway, so that was Caleb. Trust me, we will be revisiting with Caleb in the not too distant future because he is nothing if not a dickhead. Anyway. Yes. Destiny. Not the concept of what will potentially happen in the future. No. Destiny, the Twitch and YouTube streamer, who has actually appeared on the Happy Hour. We had him on for an episode about 2 years ago, back before his recent far-right arc. He's always been a kind of libertarian, centrist piece of whatnot, and he had a kind of left-wing arc where he was attacking fascists and stuff, and now he's gone to basically just attacking leftists. He's kind of garbage. Anyway, and he's gotten even worse recently. Anyway, as you can see here, Twitch's legal department has unpartnered Destiny after encouragement of violence. Okay. So, I should explain for those who don't know what partnering is. Right, when you go onto Twitch, obviously anyone can open an account and start streaming, right? But you have to reach certain thresholds, like of numbers of viewers, numbers of hours of streaming, number of days in a 30-day period, any number of unique days in a 30-day period that you've streamed. And once you reach those, you can become a partner, i.e. you can start earning money. Which is the level I'm at, by the way. So if you want to, you can give me money. You can. You subscribe below. It costs some amount of money. I don't fucking know. Or you can just follow for free, which you should do. If you're on YouTube, go and follow me on the Twitches. If you're on Twitch, go and subscribe to me on the YouTubes. Anyway. Yes, so that's the level you're at, right? And then there's affiliate level, which is like the level above that, which he's lost as well, obviously, because if you're departnered, you lose the affiliate level as well. An affiliate opens up all kinds of different options, and you earn more of a percentage of the money and all of that sort of thing. Anyway, so basically, partnering means you're accepted into like you get ads on your videos and money from that, although it's not a lot, and people can subscribe to you and give you money, right? And that's a huge source of income for Destiny. I believe I'm right in saying it was he quoted it as $125,000 to $250,000 a year gone because of this partnering thing. To which I have to say, well, maybe don't encourage people to start quote unquote mowing down rioters. We'll get into it. Anyway. Oh, 1 second. I need to wet the whistle. It's quite hot. Even though it's quite late in the evening now. I'm sweaty spaghetti. So, yes. Twitch announces it will revoke the controversial streamer Destiny's partnership after a divisive statement in a recent stream. Now, this article is quite heavily biased in favour of Destiny in many respects. We'll get into it as we go. But I couldn't find this on like proper news sites because why would they? This isn't news. This is some internet fluff. Who cares? Well, I'm an internet fluff person. That's a very weird sentence. Anyway. I'm getting quite cocky. This is the first time in the entire stream I've checked back on OBS to see, and it's 0 drop frames because the internet works now. I don't even need to check. Oh, what have I done there? Anyway, you see how quickly though it changed back because the internet works now. I'm so tempting, fate. Anyway, while Twitch's latest string of bans have focused on removing creators facing sexual abuse allegations from its platform, it also appears that it's taking a firmer stance on violent and hateful speech. Twitch recently made headlines for indefinitely suspending ex-YouTuber Leafy, lol. And now it's taking direct action against one of its own controversial figures. According to the streamer Stephen Destiny Burnell, Twitch has revoked its partnership for encouraging violence in a recent stream. One recent tweet enclosed a screenshot from Destiny, which claimed Twitter's legal department was responsible for his removal. Which is interesting, right? First off, if Twitch are aware that he's encouraging violence on their platform, why has he only been departnered and not like removed? Why are they saying like, well, it's okay for him to like, you know, actually encourage violence on our platform, but we're just not going to pay him to do it. But it's still okay for him to do. Surely it's either one or the other. Either it's acceptable or it's not acceptable. This is some halfway house bullshit, you know. That's why it's such a face-saving exercise. Like, it's totally fucking Destiny's fault, and it's sort of quite funny because he's such a little bitch about it, but it's either one or the other. Either it's acceptable and nothing happens, or it's unacceptable and you remove him completely from the platform, right? Like, it's... anyway. But I suppose he earns money for them, so they don't care. Fellow high-profile bands, Dr. Disrespect, blah, blah, blah. That's about sexual assault, so it's a different matter. Although Destiny claims that Twitch did not specify which statement justified its latest decision, Reddit users on the livestream fail subreddit quickly found a clip that might explain Twitch's recent move. Which is true, because Destiny has actually blamed Vaush for this, because it's a thing that I was going to cover on one of my early streams on Twitch, but I couldn't because if you play people who've been banned, i.e. Vaush, on Twitch, apparently Twitch don't like it and you can get banned yourself, which is weird and again slightly Orwellian. But anyway, Destiny and Vaush had like a debate about the Kenosha killer and all of that, and Destiny said some pretty fucked up shit in that. But I don't think it was that did it, right? Destiny's just lashing out because he's a petulant little fuck. This is the clip. I'll just get the link here. The upcoming clip is wrong earbud, Kev. Bad stuff. This is the clip that ultimately got him banned because this went viral. Understandably, it's awful.
The rioting needs to fucking stop. And if
hang on a second, is that playing?
That means like white redneck fucking militia dudes out there mowing down dipshit protesters that think that they could torch buildings at 10 p.m. Then at this point they have my fucking blessing because holy shit, this fucking shit needs to stop. It needed to stop a long time ago. Like holy fuck. The rioting needs.
So as you can hear in that clip, Destiny isn't just encouraging violence. If a bunch of rednecks want to start mowing down rioters, they have my blessing. That's not just an encouragement to violence, that's an encouragement to vigilantism. And if we're saying rednecks, we're not talking about like the liberal redneck, are we? We're talking about like far right, at best MAGA chuds, at worst out and out like fucking white nationalist neo-Nazi types, right? That's the people we're talking about. And Destiny's like, yeah, that's fine if they want to start going around killing people. Because the thing is, it's obvious that those kinds of people aren't just going to stop at rioters. Even if you, in some fucked up world, think it's okay to just go around shooting people who you think are rioters, rather than like, I mean, the amount of cock-ups that would happen with that, with innocent people getting caught up in it, and people trying to defend their own stores who might get confused for rioters. But even if you ignore all of that and just say it's okay for people to kill rioters, do you think these far-right shitbags go to these places to actually protect private property? No. This is essentially, they go on African-American safari hunt. That's what they're doing. They're going to find black people, ideally, or if they can't, they'll take a white leftist or two as well, you know. Like if you go looking for like lions to hunt, there's none around. Oh, there's a couple of gazelles. We'll shoot them and have our picture taken. Whatever, right? That's what they're doing. They go to these places looking for trouble with high-powered rifles and that sort of thing. You know, semi-automatic fucking, small dick energy machines. That's what I'm talking. And they look for black people or white leftists or, anyone they dislike, frankly. Could be a Hispanic, could be a gay or two, whatevs. Maybe there's a trans person on the scene. The general bulk of the population that they despise. So basically anyone who isn't entirely like them in every way. And they go hunting them. They're looking to try and kill with an excuse. Because, if you just walk up to someone in the street and shoot them dead, that's pretty obvious. Whereas, like Kyle Rittenhouse in Kenosha, the guy that Destiny was defending, if you go there under the auspices of protecting private property and shoot a few people dead, you can go, it's self-defense, I'm defending the property, these people shouldn't be rioting, and the right wing will wank you off for eternity, even if you're in jail. These people are not going there to do that. So they won't just stop at shooting rioters, Destiny, you daft bastard. You fucking idiot. This is the thing. That if you just scratch ever so slightly beneath the surface of a libertarian, a fascist is at the core of it. It's not like I've come to the conclusion that there isn't a libertarian to fash pipeline. It's just that libertarian, and when I say libertarian, I mean right libertarian, American incorrect sense, as always. There isn't a right libertarian to fascist pipeline. It's just some fascists dress themselves up differently. That's what it seems like to me. Anyway, and Destiny, again, is showing himself rather conclusively to be that. And this is the thing that annoyed me, actually, with there was, like I say, Destiny blamed Vosh for that, which is ridiculous, because it clearly wasn't Vosh or his fans who did that. And Vosh came out with a video, which, it was quite sweet in one way. Like, he was like, oh, because basically Destiny is Vosh's little senpai. He's very tsundere about Destiny. And apologies if you could hear my neighbour's children being loud out there. I have to have the window open. It's too fucking hot. Anyway, I don't know if they're picking up on the microphone. I might as well not have mentioned it. Whatevs. Yes. Destiny. Vosh released this video about Destiny, basically denying the claims, and I'm happy to accept that Vosh wasn't doing it. And he was like, Destiny was like his hero. He was like his little, I don't know. He used to really simp for him. It was embarrassing. Anyway, and that's sort of over now because Destiny's told people to go after Vosh and try and false flag him because the spiteful bullshit of Destiny is embarrassing. He's a fucking man-child. And even encouraged his fans to use like backdoor ways into Vosh's website to try and get it taken down. Yeah, you're really for the free speech, aren't you, Destiny? Again, just scratch beneath the surface. Anyway, but one thing that did annoy me from that was when Vosh said that he can always trust Destiny to be anti-fascist. What? Do I have to play that clip again where he's like, well, if rednecks want to start gunning people down, cool. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Oh yeah, again on the point of Destiny supposedly being considerably anti-fascist. Supposedly. Where are we? Let's yeah, this. This is where he calls Sean mentally disabled because ableism's cool apparently. And where is this is hang on. No, there's another thing he said. Here we go. Yeah, right. This is Destiny's like his first one got banned, so this is like him now. He's called the Gays Within. He says, "My life is fine. Still earning as much as 18 black communities at the moment. Wanna come on stream and chat, sister?" In response to a black person. Yeah. So you can always count on him to be anti-fascist. Really? I don't think that's correct. Don't think that's remotely correct. He's literally been defending Nazi murderers and stuff. So, I mean, that's just fundamentally wrong, isn't it? Isn't it just? So you love the riots? No, I don't love the riots. Riots are not cool. But, I mean, there are reasons that they happen. I'm not an idiot, but whatever. I presume that person's a troll. Here goes. Have you seen any of the Ethan Ralph drama thoughts on Godwinson? I know that hasn't like Ethan Ralph kind of almost I don't know the exact details, but is he kind of kidnapped an 18-year-old or something, or like run off with her or something? I don't know. I know he posted some revenge porn thing. I heard a description of him sticking his thumb up her ass or something. I don't know. Thoughts on Godwinson? I presume you mean the YouTuber. I don't know a lot about them, but whatever. They seem kind of twish. But I don't know them all that well. Yeah. But yeah, Ethan Ralph's scum, so whatever. That and Vosh's site is a rip of Destiny's. Yeah, oh yeah, Vosh is absolutely a clone of Destiny in so many ways. He's just added Marxist economics to it. Do you support Black Lives Matter? Yes, I do. Because I'm not garbage. Or at least not that garbage, fucking hell. I suppose it's all fucking... It's all... what's the phrase I'm looking for? Relative. Relative is the word I was looking for. Anyway, yeah, so he's lost... He's lost a lot of money anyway, Destiny, is the basic point. And that's kind of funny in a way, because fuck him. Like, he's still earning enough, as he said there, as much as 18 black communities. That's hilarious. Yeah, racism's really funny, Destiny, you piece of shit. Anyway, yeah, so he blamed Vosh for that, which is ridiculous. I also saw some people blaming the serfs, which is absolutely farcical. Because in the debate that they hosted Destiny, and well, I suppose it was a mutual hosting, if you will. They debated. It's the same topic as Destiny debated with Vosh, but Destiny, because I covered that one because neither Destiny nor the serfs had been banned from Twitch, so I was able to actually watch some of that and comment as we went along on a stream last week or the week before, whenever it was, and yeah, clearly. That was like a completely different thing, right? Because Destiny went on there, and I kept commenting specifically like Destiny's trying to play like the level, calm, level-headed dude in this one, and he was trying to be like really conciliatory and like academic and dry about it all, rather than the more emotional, ranty thing that you saw in the clip I just played. So clearly it couldn't have been that. Or nothing. He was still essentially defending the fascist murderer, but was doing so in a way that I don't think realistically could have broken the terms of service, because it was mainly about like they were sort of discussing in slightly dry philosophical terms when is it okay to defend yourself and that sort of thing. So it was kind of talking about the situation via the proxy of like a more generic philosophical discussion about when it's okay to defend yourself, or whether it's okay to use violence against people to defend property. which is, like I say, just a dry philosophical discussion, which is fine. It was interesting, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like that super emotional or breaking of the terms of service. So anyone blaming the serfs is fucking ludicrous. What the fuck's that about? Anyway, some were also blaming Hassan Piker, which I really don't get, because I don't think he and Destiny have talked in a long time. So, I mean, unless you have evidence that he's doing some shit behind the scenes there, I don't really get where you're going with that. That's nonsense, you know? So, yeah, clearly this is basically Destiny's own fault. And his fan, oh god, like, Destiny's fans are just awful. To see their reaction to this, I mean, I've called Destiny a man baby, but his fans are even worse. God, they're insufferable. I don't even want to go into it. Like, there was loads of screenshots I could have taken of them talking shit, but I was too busy like doing the screenshots for the Caleb bit, and I thought at least that'll be fun. So fuck it, I'll do that instead. I'm not putting double the amount of effort in to watch some man baby shithead going about let's destroy Vosh's channel, you know. Like, yeah, it's silly. Anyway, so yeah, final item of the day in this packed show. Been too much. This has been too clinical, really, hasn't it? And maybe I should waste more time in the show in future. A bit more excess, a bit fattier next time, I reckon. This is too lean. Oh God! After this show, along with Christy, this is off air. I won't be doing this like on air or anything, but I'm just telling you, we'll be watching the Iron Sky 2 movie with the zombie Hitler on a T-Rex. Yeah, and so I thought a good warm up for that would be watching another weird, almost humanoid figure. So I thought Warcorpse. No, I'm only joking. The Warcorpse has got a new channel, right? And you'll be surprised to hear, because I was too, right? It's really sexist. It's really sexist. Now, for those who don't know, maybe you haven't been following me. Maybe you knew. Maybe you're one of the Twitch people. Hello, Twitch people. There's a guy whose real name is David Nordell. Now, that's not doxing on my part. He's published books, which I've looked at on my channel. Over the years, I've even had a debate with him, albeit it was a YouTube debate, so let's not fucking big it up too much. But anyway, he used to go by the name Warcorpse 666, which is why I refer to him as Warcorpse. He's my muse. I mean, look at him. Look at this face. I mean, look at this fucking face. This is a mess, right? And I know I look sort of like him. This Warcorpse is like, imagine if I gained several stone in weight, lost a lot of hair, and then had a severe allergic reaction to food. That's Warcorpse, right? Or imagine I'd suffered from some sort of weird alopecia thing on top, and then died in a canal, and they dredged my body out after several days, and it had bloated up. That's Warcorpse, isn't it? Which, again, looking at him and thinking of myself in that way, isn't doing my self-confidence any good. It really isn't. I mean, it's grim. But even so, he is my muse. He was actually the first person who ever made a response video to me on the YouTubes. So he's got a very tender place in my heart and in my pants. And he has a mini fridge, which is the keeper of all of the knowledge of the earth. It's just a shame that Warcorpse only uses it to store really cheap shit beer, which he drinks throughout, because he's sort of a weird I don't even know how to describe, just a weird drunk, I suppose. If only he'd reach beyond the beer to that knowledge within, he would know some things, but he doesn't. But the mini fridge, as you can just see there, creeping out its gloriousness, makes an appearance in this video, and that's important. But even so, Warcorpse has got a new channel called Grading Women. Grading women. That is as sexist as it sounds, but it's worse. He goes through in each of his videos, usually based around a topic. In this case, it's women on YouTube, some of the women, not all of the women on YouTube, some of them, and saying what cut of meat, and which is a weird metric to use, and how many beers he would need in order to want to sleep with them. That creature, you see, that vaguely humanoid shape you see on your screen there, he has the temerity. He has the temerity to dare to have a go at other people for the way they look. Now, you might say, Kev, why are you commenting on his appearance? Well, I think once you've made a channel called Grading Women, where you grade them based on the cut of meat you want and the number of beers, I think you're fair game. I think you open yourself up at that point. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he can realistically complain about that and have a leg to stand on. Especially because he's probably going to lose one of his legs to diabetes. Just different matter. I can make that joke. My mum's diabetic. She's got 2 legs for now. But she won't listen to this because she doesn't know how to work a computer. So I can do that joke. I mean, if she could work a computer and she heard that joke, she would beat me with a stick. She's a very violent person. She's like the least violent person there's ever been. God. Why am I doing that joke like I'm expecting anyone to understand it? That's really strange. You don't know the person, so why would you even get that? Anyway. So, yeah, we're just going to take a look at... we're going to take a look at... I'm just checking to see that this is still good. Yeah, the internet's absolutely kicking it in the dick. Lovely stuff. So, Warcorpse's new channel, Grading Women. This is brilliant. It's a brilliant idea, Dave. Yeah, this isn't really very sad at all. This isn't humiliating for you at all, Dave. Honest. So let's hear his gradings of girls of YouTube. Right now, like I say, he mentions the cut of meat. He doesn't mention at all what the order of the cut of meat is, because he assigns them a cut of meat he wants and the number of beers. But he doesn't mention, like, the number of beers makes sense from a perspective of the more beers, the less attractive he finds the woman. Disgusting as a metric, I know, but at least understandable from, like, the perspective of those numbers are bigger than the other numbers. So you know what the information that's being imparted, as disgusting as that information is, you understand it at least. Whereas the cut of meat, he doesn't tell us what order they are. He doesn't tell us what metric he's using. Is a porterhouse steak better than a fucking ribeye steak? In his world, I don't know what the order is, so I don't know what it means. It's not the important factor. It's just annoying. Also, we got rid of the clocks, which, I'll be honest, is disappointing, Dave. You've disappointed me.
Welcome to the most sexist show on the internet, Grading Women. Okay, we have some of the bitches of YouTube up to be graded today.
Some of the bitches of YouTube. He's a classy lassie.
First one, I don't know who the fuck this is. All I do know is that filet mignon and absolutely no beers to pound that.
Jesus Christ. I don't even know who that is. And I'm not going to do any research. I'm not going to look into it. And also, I'm still going to fuck this person. I don't even know their name. Oh, God, you... God. Christ. Oh, I could watch it. It's like... I like to watch cats, right? Because they do weird shit and I can't work out the thinking of it or why they do. And watching Warcorpse is like that. It's like watching an animal in a zoo. It's sort of wonderful because you know they're not fully cognizant of the world around them. They're just sort of reacting to things. They don't really know what's going on. So it's sort of interesting, you know? the nature produces some beautiful things. It does also produce Warcorpse. So, you know, swings and roundabouts, I guess.
Next up, we have Justine. And, you know, of course, I think I've granted her twice on this program. Filet mignon, no beers.
Okay. Also, mini fridge! Oh! The mini fridge of Destiny. Not of Destiny the streamer, Destiny the concept.
Next up, we have LDS.
He edited that bit. Do you see?
Shadow Lady, and I'm going to go prime rib and 1 or 2 beers. She looks awfully young. God, I hope she's 18. Otherwise, this would be creepy. Next.
Yeah, that's what would make it creepy. I genuinely, my toes curl watching this. That's what would make it creepy, Warcorpse, yeah. Not the general concept, not the fact that you created a fucking channel called Grading Women, you mental bastard. No. If she was underage, that would make it creepy. No, that would make it illegal. It's already creepy. It's already the most creepy thing you've done, which is saying something, Warcorpse. Oh, God. Oh, and imagine any of these women giving him a second look. Good God. I mean, they might give him a second look in the same way you do rubbernecking a car crash. Although, to be honest, a car crash is less ugly in many respects.
Next up, we have Lily Singh. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
How could you not be pronouncing that right? That's not a difficult name. You're literally, Dave Nordell is more difficult than her name.
And very attractive. I'm going to go with prime rib and a couple of beers.
What does the cut of meat mean, Warcorpse? You're twisting my melon, man. Good Lord.
Next up, we have Rosanna Perencino, and I almost feel bad putting her on the damn show. Fuck it. Filet mignon, no beers. And also, at least with her, you might get some cake.
You got all the important things down, you know. You might not only that, Warcorpse, but if you're doing it from behind, she might let you use her back as a plate, cake and doggy. You're a fucking animal, Warcorpse. You really are.
Now we have Anita Sarkeesian, somebody who at one point was hot, now not so much.
Jesus.
So
fucking kill me. This is. Ugh.
So, given the fact that you're going to have to go through some feminist rhetoric and a bunch of bullshit talking points, and she'll probably try to fundraise some money out of you, and around about 10 beers.
What are you talking about, Warcorpse? What are you... If you got a sniff of Anita Sarkeesian, you'd be high-fiving people. Assuming you have 5 fingers, I haven't counted. I don't really know. To be honest, I don't know what species you are, Warcorpse. I'm guessing mammal, but I'm not entirely sure.
Now we come to Shoe on Head, and even though I think she's a complete bitch, I gotta be fair. I'm gonna go with prime rib and about 6 beers.
Imagine that. Warcorpse. Firstly, you're out of your fucking head in so many ways. None of these women would give you a second glance. You are repulsive. Secondly, if Shoe had so much as touched your arm, you would immediately ejaculate all up in your tidy whities. You would you would ejaculate so much fucking liquid from your body, you would get renal failure. Your kidneys would cease to exist, okay? You'd become desiccated. They'd have to fucking rehydrate you like one of those fucking sponges from the seabed that gets dried up. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? I'd need 10 beers to fuck Sarkeesian. I'd need 6 beers to fuck Siobhan Head. What? If these women even glanced at you in a way that suggested they might not be totally physically repulsed by you, you would jizz all up inside your fucking tighty McWhitey's. Yeah, I mean, you're so full of shit. And again, what's this cut of meat thing? What is the order condescendi on that?
The only reason is she's kind of loud, so you'd probably need the beers to, like, deaden your eardrums.
Imagine this cunt having a go at you for being loud. Fucking hell. He's insufferable, isn't he? Like, this is, genuinely, Warcorpse, this is really sad, mate. Please, like, I mean, I want you to carry on making content, because it's so much fun. I get so much enjoyment out of watching you talk shit. And that's all you do, is talk shit. But for you, like, as a person who thinks of you as a sickly pet, I feel like I need to... I mean, I don't have the legal right to put you down like I would with a pet, but I feel like I need to advise you to maybe take a flight to Switzerland, if you catch my drift there. Maybe, maybe pull an old Yeller on yourself. Metaphorically, of course. I'm not suggesting he actually fucking do himself in a YouTube sense. Just stop. Please, for the love of God, this is so embarrassing for you. Please stop.
Next up, we have SS Sniper Wolf. Once again, holy shit. Filet mignon and 0 beers. But wouldn't it be great?
What he's about to do, bear in mind he said earlier, I'm glad this isn't creepy, or whatever, right? Listen to what he's about to say.
If her, and her got together and, made a lesbian 4-way video, please? Please? Next on the Grady...
Burger King.
Block, we have Tana Mongu, whatever the fuck her last name is. I'm gonna go with a porterhouse and about 2 beers. And finally we come to...
Also, the amount of beer you drink, Warcorpse, there's no way your penis actually works. Not a chance.
The head of this tragic affair known as YouTube that allows the most sexist show on the internet to flourish.
Flourish. Note that word. Note that word and come with me a-scrolling. 57 subscribers. 57, Warcorpse. You have 57 subscribers. Yeah, YouTube's really allowed you to flourish. You've spread your wings and flown straight into a cliff face.
Susan Wojcicki. I'll be fair. Hamburger and about 24 beers.
And about 24 beers. Warcorpse, I'm guessing you get whiskey dick off a sniff off the fucking the first opening of a can of Coors Light from the mini fridge of destiny. You disgusting beast. Fuck you. Now, it gets even worse. Because you think, the thing you've just seen there is phenomenally creepy. Really skeezy. This guy, I mean, you can almost smell him through the screen. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's almost certainly sticky to the touch. I kind of think that maybe you don't scrape him off the sole of your shoe if you step in him. You just throw the shoes away. The stank isn't going to leave, you know? So, but it gets worse than that because grading women, or should I say degrading women, which is what would be a more accurate description. Would be a more accurate description of this entire affair. You have it gets even worse if you go on to the actual channel itself, because he steps it up in terms of the disgustingness by doing a video called "The Women of Me Too Are Graded." The women of Me Too are graded, which would suggest that, I mean, he has taken women who are known in that category for having been sexually assaulted, having been sexually harassed, sexually objectified, and decides to re-objectify them to further the sexual harassment of these women, to double down on it from mankind's perspective, and that's pretty disgusting, isn't it? That's pretty disgusting. Anyway, I'm sure that channel will be banned because it's disgusting. It's despicable. He's a shameful person. He's one of the most gross people who has ever coagulated. Not necessarily the most hateful. There are far more hateful people on the internet, but he's one of the most gross. You know, he's pretty sick. But I'll return to this, not necessarily to grading women, but to Warcorpse, because his oeuvre is nothing if not spectacularly stupid. And that's my ballpark, really. I look for things that are spectacularly stupid, and I laugh at them. Like Caleb Maupin, and Destiny, and Warcorpse. That's the through line for today. That's the through line for today's proceedings. And on that bombshell, it's not remotely a bombshell, but on that whatever, we shall end today's proceedings. Anyway, I suppose I've got time for any questions. Any final questions? Yes, just checking the chat. What's going on? Is everyone okay? Oh yeah, by the way, I mirrored on my YouTube channel earlier today a Thoughts Line video, which has been taken down by Stephen Crowder fanboys, so you can go and check that out either on my channel, and the links underneath there are to, you know, to Warcorpse, not to Warcorpse, fuck's sake, to Thoughts Lime's channel. Can I make an appearance on the channel, Navigator? I mean, I've got no problem with that in the future, but I can't really do that now because I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be watching the Iron Sky 2 with Christy in a second. Hopefully, assuming she's around. I don't know. But yeah, you can definitely appear at some point if you want to. Yeah, absolutely. You're pretty badass. What's this? Saw that one. Yeah, so yeah, go and check out that video, which it's sort of ironic in a sense that it's been taken down because the video is literally about how YouTube enables right-wing shitbags to A, get away with their shit, and B, silence critics. So there you go. Question from the chat: are you Jeebus or Jesus? Yes. Oh, can Rory Cats make an appearance? Not today. I did say at one point during the stream today that I was going to open up with that because he was lying on the table just over yonder way across the room, well, about a few feet from where I am, and but he upped and fucked off before I could do anything, or before I started anyway. So no, he won't be making an appearance today. But he will be at some point. And you've always got the emoji, so you can put that into people's chats if you so wish. Anyway, what have we got here? Are you preparing for another Trump boat rally, Kev? Though I heard the sonar ping of your U-boat. Yeah, we've got the Antifa Super Soldier Navy paroling, or even patrolling the waterways of North America, prepared for action. Christy Wind. Oh, hello, Christy. Yes, you're in the chat. Are you prepared to watch the thing off screen? Well, I could just message you on Facebook and do the professional thing and just end this stream, because clearly at this point I'm winding down anyway. But I'm gonna ask you now. Do you want to watch Iron Sky 2 after this? Yeah, we do have trained Antifa sharks. We've had those for quite a time. Yeah. So Christy says yes. So we're going to be watching Iron Sky 2 off air. Confirmed. Which means I need to get that up on the Prime. But anyway, yeah. Enough of this bollocks. I'm done. I'm done for today. Join me again. Come on, Kev. Share your thoughts on the latest JKR thing. I don't really know a lot about it. I saw that I Stand With JK Rowling was like trending, although it was misspelt, which was funny. But I don't know. I don't know a lot about it in terms of detail. Do you consider Maoists to be tankies? Well, I think it would be difficult to be a Maoist and not be a tanky. But I'm not going to make a blanket statement. But if you support Matt, well, yeah, I suppose you are. Yeah, sorry, if you're a Maoist, you're a tanky. Yeah, like Mao killed lots of people, man. That's not cool. So if you're defending that, that's not good. That's a bad meme. Anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna fuck off. Apologies. Yeah. Tomorrow, 7 PM UK time, 2 PM on the east coast of Americana land, 6 AM in Fiji. Come on, Fiji! I'll be back to talk about other things and stuff. Fuck knows what. Lots of stuff will happen. Donald Trump will probably get his dick out or something, who knows. But until then, though cowards flinch and traitors sneer, we'll keep the red flag flying here.